Hi there, Kristen Pierce with Inner Compass Academy. I had some really cool insights that popped up today during sessions, so I actually wanted to do a video about structured intuition. So I'm going to start by talking about the left brain and the right brain. Most people are fairly familiar with the left brain. It is very logical, it is very linear, so it thinks like A, B, C, trying to get ducks in a row, get things lined up, very straight line thinking. It is very organized. The left brain is really detail oriented. Okay, numbers, language, those are all the things that the left brain likes to deal with. Schedules, structure, all that kind of stuff, super left brain. Okay, and then we have the right brain. So the right brain is our creative side of the brain. It looks at the big picture, looks at things from a more holistic point of view. The right brain can see how things are very interconnected. It can see just the associations that can happen between things. So again, just big picture, holistic perspective there. The right brain is more our big dreamer side of our brain. It can imagine new things. It's also our intuitive side. So it is the side that can allow us to be intuitive, which means, we can pick up information. We can really tap into that creative, intuitive side of our brain with our intuition. And the right side of our brain is also connected to our subconscious mind. So again, most people have heard of the subconscious mind. If you think of the iceberg analogy, the tip of the iceberg is our conscious mind. So that's actually what we are aware of. And most people say that it constitutes only about 5% of our entire mind. The bottom of the iceberg, on the other hand, is representing our subconscious mind. And this can constitute up to 95% of our mind, which is below the surface of the water, which means we are not aware of it. Okay, so that is what we can actually connect with the right brain. So we are trained from a left brain perspective in school, and oftentimes people who are right brain dominant can have a really hard time in school because it is very left brain structured. Okay, but we do all have an inborn ability to be intuitive with our right brain. Like your right brain's in your head. There's no doubting that you are actually capable of fully using your right brain as well as your left brain. Maybe you already do, but because you have it in your head, it is very clear that you do have an ability to be intuitive. So I also want to talk about this because people who are in one brain or the other, it's very normal. People who are super left-brained, kind of have that right brain turned off, they can be too logical, where they can't see possibilities or they just shut them down because it's not possible. So a lot of times they don't have any of those dreamer qualities, and they can kind of just stop the ball before it even gets rolling, because and kind of miss those opportunities that could be big game changers because the left brain is just really logical. Okay, and then the people who are like solely right brain and don't have a whole lot of left brain structure going on, those people can come across as spacey, could be one of the words to use, kind of a bit out there, airy-fairy sometimes, and that can be where intuition kind of gets its bad rap from, and nothing against these kinds of people, but that is usually what people think of when they think of intuition, is kind of like spacey, not really having your feet on the ground kind of thing. So this is actually where I wanted to come today. We need both. Both sides of the brain are important. That is why they're both in your head. Okay, so the whole point I'm trying to get to here is what MindScape can bring to the table, and that is actually structured intuition. So MindScape can bridge the gap between the left brain and the right brain, so you don't have to be in one or the other. So you can actually have your brains integrated and working together, and that is called structured intuition. So how this works with MindScape is we actually build a mental framework in our mind. So first of all, we start by relaxing our body, then relaxing the mind, then we build a mental framework, which we call the workshop. And this keeps your left brain happy. So we've got the details, we've got the organization, we've got all that kind of stuff that the left brain's like, cool, I'm good, I'm happy with this, and it keeps the left brain busy and preoccupied so that we can actually explore with the right brain and practice using our right brain, because most people are not connected to their right brain. So then when we have this workshop, then it's like, okay, now what do I do? Well, there's all kinds of things you can do here. When you're able to explore and like we practice using our right brain, you can pick up all kinds of information that you have never actually known you were capable of. So, and you won't even believe me until you take MindScape and prove yourself that, oh my God, I just did that and I didn't know that was possible and I could feel it in my body. Then you'll believe me. But until then, just hang in for a second. So some of the things that you can do with MindScape are, hey, I've got some back pain today. Go into your workshop and get some insight about what you're actually holding in your back that is creating that pain. Maybe you want to check in with what's going on with my kid today, like holy tantrum city. Invite your child in to workshop. Like there's all kinds of things you can do to pick up information, to get insight, to change your perspective, to bring your deep-seated beliefs and fears and hang-ups and all those kinds of things that are in the depths of your subconscious mind to the surface, bringing them to your awareness. Okay, so some other things that you can also do with MindScape are, maybe working through some conflict resolution, whether that's, with your spouse or with your parent or with your in-law or with somebody at work. Accessing this creative in the zone space for writing or creating art or music or inventions or woodworking or just anything innovative, essentially. You can use MindScape to enhance your learning, your retention of the things that you're trying to learn. You can also use it for memory, for helping with memory, understanding of concepts, also studying. You can use MindScape. This is one of the biggest things that I always tell people. Like, you can use it for manifesting. And I know that even manifesting sometimes seems a little bit woo-woo, but you can have anything that you desire. The problem actually is your limiting beliefs that are hanging you up and making you believe that you can't have that, or you aren't worthy of it, or you aren't deserving of it. So that's another thing that we do in MindScape all the time. And if you want some stories of things that have been manifested by me or by my students, shoot me a message and I can gladly fill you in. Or you can also check out my website, innercompassacademy.com, to find out some more about that. So manifesting, also just increasing your understanding of the people that are in your life, that you're interacting with, increasing your understanding of yourself. Like that is really where the magic happens. You're bringing all these things to the surface that you didn't know before. And by bringing them to your conscious awareness, you can begin to shift them within yourself, which then actually can change your entire reality. So I know I'm getting a little bit deep into this, but your external reality and your body are actually reflecting all of your subconscious beliefs and hang-ups and fears and all of these things. That is actually what's being reflected in your world. So it's like, whoa, if you can look at the things that are happening in your world and seeing that they're just a reflection of you, that's what we're doing in MindScape. That's what our entire workshop is. It's a reflection of the subconscious. It's a chance for you to actually get to know yourself better and change your reality, because for most people, they're going through life asleep, and there's always an opportunity to wake up and to find something different and to find a new way. And again, that's kind of what I've been talking about with this whole cosmic hammer piece. Like, that is sometimes what's necessary, but the whole point is to wake you up to a new way of living your life. So that is my little blurb about structured intuition today. Again, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out, shoot me a message, leave a comment on the post here or on the video here. I'm also wondering, if you think that you are more left brain dominant or more right brain dominant. So just a couple examples there. I kind of already mentioned this, that if you're left brained, you know what, maybe you're making pros and cons lists. Maybe you're got Excel on your phone and you make spreadsheets all the time. Maybe you're just really logical with how you make your decisions. Maybe you're a list maker. Those might be a few ideas. Another thing might be, like really into your routine, like you don't ever change it up, straight and narrow, following the plan all the time. Right brains are, if you're right brain dominant, you might be more into, the creative, artistic thing. You might be a little more on the messy side than the organized side. You might be sensitive, not necessarily the case, but sometimes right brains are a little bit more sensitive. You might pick up on how other people are feeling. That is sometimes an intuitive trait that a lot of people just don't realize that they are actually picking up information about somebody else, which is, again, an inborn ability, totally natural and normal, and something that everyone is capable of doing. Yes, mind-blowing, right? You might be more spontaneous, you might be more, into adventure, just trying new things, that kind of thing. Anyways, let me know which you think you are, and if you've already taken MindScape, just even letting me know how different it is now after you've taken MindScape and you've been able to integrate a little more of that structured intuition. So yes, thank you for tuning in. Please let me know if you have any questions, and check out my website and join us for MindScape, because honestly, it is a mind-blowing weekend, and I know that you probably have heard me say that before, but there's no other way to describe it. You have probably not even scratched the surface of what you are capable of in your mind. So come and check it out, and trust me, it will be probably a game-changing, life-changing moment for you. All right, have a good one.